Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Today I will be flying from London City Airport to Edinburgh and then back to Heathrow on BA8712 and British Airways. This is the first time where it's going to be a quick turnaround for me, because when I get into Edinburgh I only have an hour to get onto my connecting flight. It should be okay, but this is a little bit of pressure on me. I've never been... I try and give myself at least 2 to 3 hours max when it comes to my connecting flights. So this is a bit of a for me. But I'm still looking forward to flying out of London City Airport. As you know, I've flown into London City before. I was hoping to fly over Canary Wharf and it just didn't happen. I still want to fly into London City. I'm still looking at doing that at some point. Maybe later this year or maybe next year. So I'll be flying on the Embraer 190 again, and I think I'm on the A320 or the A319 on the way back into Heathrow. I'm going to film as much as I can, because I heard that filming inside London City Airport is a bit not easy to do, so I'm going to get as much footage as I can, and I hope you lot watching enjoy the video. So see you later. Again, I still can't do the hand. Because one of the views I wanted to get was all the aircraft sitting on the tarmac from the view of the terminal, and they built a hangar straight in front of the terminal, so I can't see what's on besides an aircraft that's over there. That's it. Hopefully I'll get a view of Canary Wharf when I take off. Right, I've come down to some of the gates to take a look of at the aircraft on the stand, and I have enjoying the view of the Docklands. My flight will soon be called in the next couple of minutes, and so far my experience here is a bit, I wouldn't say great. Security is a bit clumped together. They only have 2 scanners and then one No, they have 2 scanners for your luggage, and then you have 1 scanner for you to go through, and you're cramped. That's the only, well, the other downside if you're a spotter, is if you go to the main part of the terminal where all the restaurants and all the bars are, your view of the apron is actually blocked by a hangar. But if you come down to the gates, you get a lovely view. My flight will be departing quite soon. My flight from London Heathrow to Edinburgh leaves 20 minutes after I depart here, and then I have about an hour to get on board that plane at Edinburgh. So it's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze, but I think I can do it. But until then, let's enjoy some of the views.
Any questions, please ask your cabin crew.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, if you are wearing a face mask, this should be removed before putting on an oxygen mask. Thank you. special welcome to you all and welcome back our executive club members and one more frequent flyers. If there is anything you can do to make your journey more comfortable, please do let us know. We hope you enjoy your flight with us today. We do recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. It must be securely fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is on. When it is safe to leave your seat, take care when opening the overhead lock, as items may have moved and could fall out and cause injury. I'd like to take this opportunity to share some important information about our new hygiene and safe distancing measures in flight. We ask that you stay in your seat as much as possible and avoid walking around the cabin and queuing in the galley areas. Before using the toilets, we ask that you check the occupied signs are no longer lit to avoid waiting in line. We require all customers to wear face masks at all times during the flight. When wearing a mask, it is important that it covers both your mouth and nose, such as the mask the team are wearing. A reminder that masks can only be removed for a reasonably short period when you are actively consuming food and drink. They should be placed back on in between courses. They should not be left off for the duration of the meal service. The same also applies if you're resting or sleeping. Please do ensure that you have your mask on. If you require assistance or are feeling unwell, please remain seated and press the call bell in your seat area. This will allow the cabin crew to provide assistance at your seat. Today in the Club Europe cabin, we'll be offering a cold meal with your choice of tea or coffee and a bar service. In the Euro Travel cabin, we'll be offering a complimentary pre-packaged light snack with your choice of tea or coffee and a complimentary bar service. Masks may be removed if you wish to consume any food or drinks, but must be worn at all the times. We do appreciate your understanding of the circumstances impacting us all as we take measures to minimize food preparation on board. You're welcome to consume any food you might have brought with you, and we will continue to assist parents who may need to eat more for their children. For now, thank you for your patience and understanding, and we are of course on hand to help with any questions you might have. seatbelt signs have been switched off. When it is safe to leave your seat, take care when opening the overhead lockers as items may have moved and could fall out and cause injury. Before leaving the aircraft, please make sure you have all your personal belongings with you, and remember that smoking is not allowed until you've reached a designated area. You may now make and receive calls as well as using all data services on your handheld electronic devices. When the seatbelt signs are switched off, please remain seated. That's remain seated and refrain from collecting personal belongings from overhead storages until your row number is announced, as we will be disembarking all customers in smaller groups. All of us at British Airways and One World Alliance would like to welcome home our customers who live here in Edinburgh and wish those of you visiting an enjoyable stay. If you're travelling on further, we wish you a safe onward journey. On behalf of the whole team, it has been a pleasure having you back on board with us, and we look forward to welcoming you back again very soon.
That's one BA flight done. I have to wait for my next one.
Flight BA2939 to Southampton. We'd now like to invite passengers in groups 2 and 3 to board now at gate number 9.
Yes. Next flight back to London.
Flight BA2939.
from London City. My ride back to London Heathrow. That's me. Gate 10. And there she is. And our previous flight. Okay, I am on board my flight back to London on a British Airways A321neo. For the second time today, I've got a whole row of seats to myself. Every single time I fly British Airways flights, no one sits next to me, ever. I have no idea why. Is it the smell? I think it's the smell.
Demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft.
seatbelt signs have been switched off. When it is safe to leave your seats, please take care when opening overhead lockers, as items may have moved and could fall out.
Cabin crew, that'll do us, I think. Doors to manual and cross-check, please. Doors to manual and cross-check.
Now I'm home. I was going to do a different transition, but two things happened. I kept on being interrupted by the hotel staff. And then my camera died. So here is my thoughts about the whole trip. London City Airport is easy to get to, besides having to go through Bank, which is complicated. The only real kind of knock I've had with the airport was going through security, because there's nothing wrong with the staff, it's just how it's arranged. So you have two baggage scanners either side, and then you have one metal detector that you walk through. Just the one metal detector, and it's in like not a small room, but not large enough, so you're kind of squeezed in between everybody else until you go through. And it's London City Airport. I've already been told before, once you go through, expect to be cramped anyway and busy, and it kind of was at certain times, but I weren't really bothered about that. And the other thing was, I wasn't told about the hangar being there, so I was told to stay in the main part of the terminal to get the shots of the aircraft, and lo and behold, there was a hangar in the way, until I started actually going down towards the gates and realised, oh, open windows, I could have just stayed there. Other than that, it was London City's fine to me. I'll probably fly out there again, and probably try and fly back in there to try and get a shot of Canary Wharf and other parts of London. The Neo was good. It was good. We had a lovely service on board. The seats were comfortable, lots of leg room even in economy, and we had lovely weather on the way back, with the sun setting. But we broke very, very hard. I've never felt anything like that. It was like every so often when it broke, it started to jolt you forward every now and again. It's like they're taking the foot off the pedal now and again to try and stop it. Very weird. I've not experienced that before. I've experienced heavy landings, but nothing along the lines of taking the throttle on and off. The windows on the A321neo are very small. I've got quite a big camera with me carrying around. I don't use a GoPro like some other YouTubers do. So I'm trying to get the shots that I want, and the windows are so small, my camera is so big that I couldn't really get most of the shots that I wanted on the way up there, up towards Edinburgh. But other than that, my flight was fine. Both flights were fine. I have no real complaints about the airline. I have no complaints about British Airways. Other than that, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching the video. I hope you comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And my next flight will be from Birmingham to Inverness. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye. Yeah, still don't know how to do this properly.